Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, and today I wanted to put together a handy guide for those of you looking to gear up as quickly as possible in time for the new raid lair. In case you missed it, then Bungie announced yesterday that the new raid lair goes live this Friday at 10 AM Pacific, 6 PM UK time, and while that doesn't give you a great deal of time to prepare, it is still definitely possible to hit upwards of 320 power level and even push into the 330 bracket if you're smart about the activities that you do. As a quick reminder, in Curse of Osiris, the new level cap is 25, which you should naturally hit upon completing the campaign or shortly after, and the new power level is 335 or 330 plus a full suite of legendary mods. So with all that in mind, here are 6 ways to help you gear up to 330 power level in time for the new Leviathan raid lair. If you do enjoy this video and you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below if you have any questions. First up, starting with number 1, general activities. The campaign, adventures, public events, even strikes. Assuming for a second that going into the Curse of Osiris DLC you were already 300 or 305 power level, then the drops you obtain throughout the campaign and early DLC activities will gradually push your power level up to around 310, 311, give or take. A lot of the items drop around 305, 306, and that's without mods, so if you infuse them into your existing gear or mod the new items, then yeah, you're looking at around 310, and this will be your initial wall. This will be the point where you are then trying to break beyond this to start working into 320. But your first priority, and I imagine a lot of you have done this by now, but your first priority should be to focus on the items that drop naturally for you early on, so you can be somewhere around 310. What next? Well, in number 2 we have exotics. Much like they have always done, exotics will drop items that are power level relevant, meaning they will typically be higher than where you are currently, and as such they're a great way to boost some of your item slots. If it's a good item, then you can use it. If it's not, then it makes great infusion fuel. Upon completing the Curse of Osiris DLC campaign for the first time, you will receive a guaranteed exotic pair of gauntlets, no matter what class you are. These are the new Aeon Cult items. These can be one of your first boosts, depending on what power level you complete the campaign on. But beyond that, we're of course talking about exotic engrams. Yes, these are random, but if you're participating in public events to gear up in the first place, then any of these you obtain will be of great value to you, and you should aim to try and take advantage of these throughout your gearing up process. Exotics are of great value for both breaking through the 310 wall, but also once you get to the higher 320s, they'll also be the items that will help push you even further. So, much like you've always done in the base Destiny 2 campaign, farm public events. If you have the Fireteam medallions that you can pick up from Tess Everest, do so because they help with the drop rate, and then just pray you get lucky. But, admittedly, exotics and RNG are a little bit of a pain to pursue when trying to gear up more reliably. So moving on to number 3, your milestones. Now milestones are an important part of the gearing up process, and you really want to make sure you use them at the right time. It's fair to say that no matter what you use, they will always be of value to you and they'll always give you a boost. But if you use them too early, then you're going to be hurting yourself later on. There are 5 in total for you to chase: the Flashpoint, the Raid, the Crucible, the Clan XP, and the new Heroic Strikes milestone. And while you definitely want to save the majority of these till you're pushing into 320, one of those when you're stuck at 310 can help you push through the wall. Remember that the engrams you get from completing milestones scale to your power level, so naturally the later you use them, the better it'll be for you, and the higher you'll be able to reach. But knowing that you have 5 does mean you're able to dip into it a little bit earlier, should you need to. Moving on from there, in at number 4, you have your second and third characters. Now, this isn't for everyone, but if you're going for the raid on Friday, I'd be willing to bet you probably have 3 characters. If you repeat the Curse of Osiris campaign on your second or third characters, while you won't get the exotic gauntlets again, what you will get is another power-relevant legendary engram, meaning that the item you get will still be of value to you. And when you factor in how short the Curse of Osiris campaign is, you're really only going to need to be playing for about 2 hours to get yourself another piece of gear that'll help you overall. Obviously, this is more effective if you run 3 of the same class, since all of the gear you obtain will go towards that, and you can swap your gear over for the campaign so your drops will be more useful. But even if you run 1 of each, if the item ends up being a weapon, then you're still going to get a boost. Furthermore, on these subsequent characters, if you still have yet to complete some of the exotic weapon quests from base Destiny 2, i.e. quests for the Rat King, Minor Multitool, and the Sturm, then completing those with your newfound power level will again drop the item at a power relevant level. After that, in at number 5, we have the new weapon forge. This is the weapon crafting station in the lighthouse. I've done a video on this already, and I've even uploaded a video yesterday on some of the most efficient ways to farm RADIOLARIAN, the material needed to craft the weapons. However, the nice thing about the weapon forge is that, again, it drops items that are appropriate to your power level. While the weapons themselves might not be that exciting, they might not be that great, they are items that you can use in the ongoing quest to hit 330 power. The grind to get these is quite long, but when you're chasing that next item to boost you up, then every little bit helps. I've linked my RADIOLARIAN farming video down below if you guys want to check it out to try and help speed up the process, but there are 3 weapons available this week, 4 if you count the introductory tutorial weapon that you craft, so that's 3 additional chances at some power boosts if you craft these a little later. And not forgetting that since the farming process will require that you do public events and crucible matches and strikes, then you'll also more than likely encounter exotic engrams along the way, which can again help boost you. Then finally, in at number 6, by far the best option is to head back into the Leviathan raid. The recommended power level has been upped to keep the raid relevant, as have the drops, so playing through the Leviathan raid on all 3 characters will see you encounter yet more power level relevant drops throughout, but the main reason you're doing this is because upon completing the raid, this is on normal difficulty, not prestige, but completing the raid and defeating Callus, you will get a guaranteed 330 item. Throw a mod into that and you have a 335 max power item. Again, it might not be what you want. Mine was a hand cannon, not exactly the item I was hoping for, but since the focus here is on just boosting your power level so you can return and get more milestones or decode more exotics, then it really doesn't matter too much. 3 raid completions on 3 characters, that is 3 guaranteed 335 items, which is definitely, without a doubt, going to give you a massive power boost. Of course, it should go without saying that any new items you get will want legendary mods in to give them the additional 5 light boost, or you can infuse them, but if you combine all of the above, then you will be well beyond 320 power level, pushing into 330 in time for the raid on Friday. So, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully it's been helpful to you guys. Again, if you have any questions, by all means let me know down below. But otherwise, keep it locked as I'll have a full raid lair guide for you tomorrow as soon as my team complete it, and plenty more Osiris videos too. Thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.